Shambuya. We're live.
Ladies and gentlemen. Mostly gentlemen. Yeah, I don't know if we have a lot of ladies that watch us. So maybe, you know what?
Got some ladies.
The stats say that we do have a certain amount of women watch, and they tell their husbands to watch, especially when their spouses are on the show they watch. Yeah. So I would like to say, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Manhood Tree Podcast. I'm feeling pretty good today. I don't see us on Facebook.
You always say that. It's on, man. It's live.
It's not there.
I can't hear nothing.
Look at it now. Look at that.
Is it there?
It's right there. You
gotta bring that closer. I don't feel like I can give the people what they want until I
can't hear y'all.
You gotta bring that closer, man.
Yeah, get yourself in there.
But I usually can't hear y'all in the mic, in the earphones.
You can't hear yourself?
Nah.
Say something.
I can hear you. Yeah, you gotta get closer.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Peace.
You get a little.
You sound better?
Nah, I don't hear.
Yes,
nothing.
you do.
I don't hear nothing in my mic. I mean, in the headphones.
Your headphones not plugged in, brother. Are they plugged in?
Why you ain't got me hooked up?
Are they plugged in?
No, that's plugged in.
They plugged in?
Come on, man.
Push that up a little bit. Ladies and gentlemen, we're experiencing some technical difficulties.
Come check these.
Let's
should be plugged in, man.
Can you check his headphones?
Check. Mic check.
Check it out. Let's see if he's
Give us a second. For those who are watching so far,
what we got?
We're getting our technical difficulties situated.
Okay, so he has the issue too.
Okay, boom. No. My name is Abdul Rahman bin Muhammad, and I feel like I'm gonna take off my jacket today because it's a little warm in here.
Yeah, I don't know why.
It's nice out there.
Why don't you go switch over there?
Yeah, go to the other seat, man. Go to the other seat.
You got hooked in already?
Yeah.
That's all set up, man. We're gonna go to the other side, everybody.
You know what? Give him a second, everybody, while we set up, get Demetrius set up, and then we'll be back after this. Okay. In the meantime, just give him that one right there. Take that one out.
Take that.
Boom. Today it has been a glory. I feel a little.
That's this.
Okay. Yeah. I feel like it was a wonderful day. I went out today to head over Berries and had me a pina colada.
There we go.
One of the things that I'm trying to do is when I'm hungry. That's a good thing, right, Zoe?
Demetrius is breaking things over.
Yeah. Nah, y'all not ready.
One of the things I'm trying to do more of is instead of just eating some food when I'm hungry, maybe I can get some fruits and vegetables into my body.
That's it, man. That's how you're supposed to be, man.
That's the Zoe way.
Fruits and veggies. Man.
So I went over to head over Berries on Blue Hills Avenue.
Never been.
You haven't?
No.
Oh man, you should go there.
You try it out.
Black-owned restaurant establishment. Okay. Blue Hills Avenue. Had me a pina colada. I asked,
whose place is that? Is that
That's the new spot.
Nigel, yeah.
It's Nigel, yeah. He has it in
He has another one
Parkville,
too.
Yep.
Yes, he has it in Parkville Market. Yep. So, had me a pina colada, and I mean that's gonna hold me over to dinner.
Yep.
And I feel pretty good about that. So
you have to worry about what they're putting in it though. That's the hard part.
Well, it's pina colada.
No, what do they put in it? Artificial flavor. You don't want it to be all natural.
That's gonna be a whole nother episode.
I had almond milk. You don't like almond milk? From the almond.
He wants to know if it's pesticides in it.
Right. Almond milk is great.
Almonds we're not doing this.
Some sweetener.
We're not doing this.
It's going to be a health show.
No, we're not going to do it.
It's going to be a health show.
No, we're not. Ladies and gentlemen, we refuse to let Alonzo Beckett.
They trick you, man. That's what I'm saying.
No.
Don't fall for the banana tailpipe.
I can't.
The dirty 12?
Don't fall for it.
The dirty 12.
When I'm starting to be on my health journey, I was trying to impress you, and you just killed my pina colada?
I don't even eat pina colada.
My name is Abdul Rahman bin Muhammad. I'd like to pass it over to my co-host today,
Alonzo Lee Beckett.
Sheesh, the health food fanatic.
Hey, listen. Everybody wants. You want to eat. You got to eat. Eat right. You might as well just go all the way through.
Right.
There's another thing about vitamins too. People take vitamins, but they don't work. They don't work because
what?
They don't work because you're still eating all the bad food, so your body can absorb it. People are like, where's the vitamin?
Your body can absorb it.
We haven't installed our what is it called when somebody stands on something and they talk about something?
Soapbox.
Yeah, we haven't installed one here yet. So please keep that keep that stuff.
Shouldn't I help down the joke?
Yeah. All right, and over to my left tonight, we have, I think, how many times you been on here? Like twice, 3 times? This is your 3rd time?
I think this is my third time.
Introduce everybody to yourself for the 3rd time.
Yeah, this is Demetrius, born and raised, Hartford, Connecticut. Just here to vibe with the brothers.
Boom.
This is like home.
This is home. You're welcome. You know who I haven't had on the show yet? You've been on here 3 times.
I already know.
Malik,
the legend.
he hasn't been on the show.
Let's talk about that.
He hasn't been on the show not once.
That's my brother.
He had COVID, he said.
He had COVID? Oh, my God.
Make it sound like it was a long time ago.
Malik Champlain, we need you on the Manhood Tree podcast. We've been waiting for you to come in and drop something on the people.
That's going to be a special episode right there.
We haven't been big enough. We're not big enough yet. He's trying to build up.
That's probably
what it is.
No, you know what? I'm a be here for my brother. I'm a support him.
Okay.
Yeah. He's been really busy.
He's busy. Yes.
We've been busy getting some things done.
Okay.
So,
but you're here though.
You're here.
I'm here.
Thank you.
You know,
I
don't know, but I'm a pretty busy guy too. I don't know. We gonna put out the busyness. I mean, that's any video over there too.
We know Malik likes leverage.
Yes.
He's trying to get some leverage.
Yeah. But we would love to have him on. Maybe you'll hear about this. Maybe you'll make a little cut of this part
for him
and send it to him.
He'll be on now.
Yeah.
Well, be on.
We are booked out for the next 5 weeks.
Yeah,
at least on my side, I
try
keep
to get
people booked in. But anyways, we like to start off every episode with meditation minute. Demetrius, you were the one that actually came up with this concept, and so today we wanted to try something new. We have the Dream Chaser deck. Mm-hmm. I know that you look at how often are you using your Dream Chaser deck?
Every day.
Every day?
Just about every day. I have it right on my desk.
Okay.
So I'm using it every day.
Me too. I don't leave the house without flipping a few cards. Do you usually do? You don't have a deck?
You told me it costs like $50 a box, so I guess I do.
It does not cost $50 a box.
No, it costs.
Don't put that out there.
If you wanted a box, man, I'll give you a box.
You only get half of them. You get 10 for $5.
Yo, but I definitely flip one.
Yep.
But if I feel like I need a little bit more,
yeah,
I just keep going.
I flip it until I feel like my cup is full.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good way to use it. That's how when I created it. That's how I used to do it.
Yeah.
When I was writing them up, I used to be like, this was during COVID,
right?
So I used to feel a little. So I just write something down, and then I would go through the deck every day. And then I felt like I should make it look prettier, so that's what we came up with. So
no, that's dope.
So yeah, I'm gonna allow you to do whatever you want to do with the Dream Chaser deck and our meditation minute. How you want to lead us in it, and we'll follow your lead.
You know what I want to do?
What do you want to do?
I think every man should have their own affirmations.
Yes.
And this is what affirmations is, right? Mm-hmm. So I think every man should write down their own affirmations.
I agree.
And actually repeat it, in the morning, maybe before you go to sleep, go ahead and repeat those affirmations. So what I would like for both of y'all to do is just create 5 affirmations. You might have them already ready to go.
I got it.
So
we talk about this all the time.
You know what's so funny? I was thinking, because remember the last time you said I was going to do it?
Yeah.
So I was like, man, I'm going to have them close their eyes and get 5 affirmations.
5 affirmations.
He just said exactly what he said.
Hey, let's go.
You want me to start?
I'll start.
Okay, go ahead.
Start. So I got a couple affirmations that I repeat to myself in the morning.
Yeah.
And it goes like this. I am disciplined. I always persevere.
I like it.
My health comes first.
Yeah.
I will save money.
Mm-hmm.
I will serve my community. I will strive to keep a balance. When I fail, I get right back up.
I like it.
I will stay positive. I will be great at work and at home. I will never stop dreaming.
Hey, dang, he stole my cut.
He stole that shit.
I'm going to put that in mine, too. I was going to. That's great. That's great. You want to go next?
Let's go, Zo.
Oh, what do I say in the morning? I say, I am great. I say I'm a great father. I'm a great leader. I'm a great man in my community.
Mm-hmm.
I love my family. I would get money in abundance. Those are pretty much the ones I say. Yeah. I say those 5 times, and I also use the something else I learned about. Once you say those, the I ams, and then you go back to the mastery of it.
Mm-hmm.
And you say things like, I am learning. I do not know. So you're telling the universe you're receiving. You're able to receive information.
Mm-hmm.
So I do not know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm willing to learn.
Yes.
I'm willing to listen.
Mm-hmm.
So things like that. I do it in the morning, like you said, because I found that I have less. Soon in the morning, I have less brain fog in the morning.
Right.
The first thing I do, some guy I watch as well, or listen to, Dr. Bobby Price.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
He talks about in the morning. You get your computer. You turn your computer on. Same type of things. You get up in the morning. First thing you should do, is wake your mind up.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Then you spiritually want to wake up, and then you go work out.
Yeah.
Put some food in your body.
It's a great way to like take charge of your day, because once you start going, the world starts pulling at you. It's a great way to say, let me take control. And we did this in our book club too. You know, I love to read.
Yeah.
There's a book called The Miracle Morning, and in that book, it talked about that. Yeah.
That's what it's called. He calls it his miracle morning.
Yes. Yes, The Miracle Morning. So go get that book.
Well, we got to talk a little bit about the Moors too, because I'm still reading. I'm still reading that. Yeah. I'm still reading it, but
you're hitting them today.
Yeah. So here are my 5. So I was at the masjid a few weeks ago, or maybe I was on TikTok. I'm gonna tell you guys this. I've learned more about the Muslim religion on TikTok than I have in my 50 years of life. It's so much, like when you listen to the imams on TikTok, they're talking about stuff that you just don't catch at Juma on Friday.
Wow.
Sometimes. And so it's just been very powerful. And so one of the things that I've been doing, I don't do this in the morning. I do this at night before I go to bed. Before I go to sleep, I started saying Subhanallah 10 times, Alhamdulillah 10 times, and Allahu Akbar 10 times. And so Subhanallah, glory to God. Alhamdulillah, all praises due to God, to Allah. And Allahu Akbar, Allah is the greatest. 10 times each before I go to sleep. So that's number 1. Number 2, I have this audio recording. I think I sent it to you. This guy, his name is Khalid B. And he has like a 16-minute affirmations for black men. I'll send it to you.
Yeah.
Very powerful. I listened to him for the last few days. I've been listening to it like 2 times in a row. So I'll just go through it twice, just letting all of the affirmation. And it's funny because every time I listen to it, I hear something that I didn't hear the last time.
Yeah.
And it's like weird because I've listened to it for a long time, but it's like for some reason, I think your mind kind of like turns off at certain points. And so it's like always something fresh. So that's the second one. Just listen to that 16-minute affirmation. Of course, one of the things that I frequently tell myself is that, like, lately I've been kind of like trying to raise my my frequency. I'm gonna like make myself get to the point where I'm prepared to get a kidney. So like I'm raising my frequency for whoever's out there who's gonna give me a live kidney.
That's powerful.
Like I don't want a dead kidney. I don't want somebody to have to die and then I get their kidney. I want somebody to walk into the hospital and I want them to be able to say like, yo, I want to donate a kidney. And I just happen to be A negative, and Abdul is the next person on the list. That's what I'm raising my frequency up to. Then of course I'm spending some time imagining myself going to the next level. I feel like right now it's a unique time in like my business and my life, and I feel like I have to prepare myself for the next level. So I'm starting to see myself like, it's interesting. Like I remember before I started my people, all that kind of stuff. I remember being that person, and I remember kind of like, like dreaming of like, man, I would like to have this and do this and like right now, everything that I dreamt of, I've done, I've had all of that. And now I'm trying to think of new things that I would like to have, experience, and be. So these are the things that I'm visualizing for myself. And then most importantly, last one, of course, is not most importantly, I'll say that I would like, not lastly, I would also like to continue to be like a better husband. I feel like over the, I've been married 20 years. And I think that I'm in a groove.
Shout out to that.
I'm in a groove right now. And I want me and my wife just to continue to be happy with each other and feel safe with each other and continue to grow. Like I feel like right now, like I feel like a long time my wife was like pushing me up, but I could see now it's like I need to push her up, allow her to shine a little bit more because she's just so smart. She's a hard worker. She puts a lot of she has a lot of good ideas, and so when that's happening, you got to push the person forward. And then lastly, of course, we got to never stop dreaming. We always got to never stop dreaming.
You get that from Demetrius?
No, that was mine. It's my thing.
I said it first.
Yeah.
Today.
It's my thing. I said,
that's you, right?
I've said that a million times in my life. Like literally a million times I've said never stop dreaming. So we always got to never stop dreaming. So I think that was great. I feel actually like motivated from that.
I like what you said too about raising the frequency.
Yeah.
That's powerful. So how you working on raising your frequency?
We talked about that before.
I
changed like during Ramadan. So like I changed like in the morning like my workouts. I listen to the music.
Oh man,
I listen to him all the time,
Fire.
all day, every day. I listen to Dr. Bobby Price with my health.
Yes.
My boy Yaki. I health. I listen to the audiobooks. One or two audiobooks a month, right?
Yes.
So now, and that's all I do. And I was telling him, after a while, my dreams are about that.
Right.
My dreams are about
That's
like,
deep.
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So it's like, and you think about it, it's almost like indoctrination.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Because they tell you about all this other stuff, and you don't know why you're dreaming of Roman war and like, what do I care about? Because they're just drilling you.
Right.
So if you do the opposite, it has the same effect, but it's a positive effect. So it kind of makes me feel like that music. It just makes me feel when I wake up in the morning, I hear the music, I feel like I gotta go work out.
Right.
It's like the Atomic Habits thing, like this. That's hear that sound, I feel like I gotta go work out.
Right.
It's in the morning, I feel like I gotta be on the bike.
That's the cue.
Yeah,
the cue
I feel it. So like all those things, and we were talking before, like all like the affirmations and like speaking words into existence, like you're just talking about, like all that really works.
It does.
It's not magic. People, and you tell people that, and they think you're crazy.
Right.
But it really does work.
It works.
You put time into it.
Yeah.
Consistency. I feel like consistency is a trait that all men need to have.
Have to.
It's like whatever you're consistent at is actually who you become.
Right.
You guys looking at my post though. That's what I put this morning.
Did you post that?
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
I didn't see it neither.
I haven't been on
I
Facebook
got
today.
a post of me in the gym, and I said my best
Oh
quality.
yes, you did. Yeah. Yep.
That's because I think that's just be consistent. Everything kind of works out.
If you think about manhood, it's like if I just consistently show up as the man that I am, consistent, just boom, here I am again.
Right.
If I give you my word, if every time I give my word, it's just solid. That's what I want to be. I don't want to be a dude where when I say something, people be like, "Oh man, here we go again."
Right.
And we all know somebody like that.
Yeah.
We all know somebody like that. And so the thing is that we have to. It's like these habits that we're kind of like implementing. Like I've made a choice this year that I'm going to read at least one book a month.
Yeah, you've been doing good.
I've been trying to do good.
Yeah.
Right. I've been very like consistent with it.
Yes.
And like what Joe just said, in addition to like reading a book, I have this app called Blinkist.
Okay.
And Blinkist will give you like a 20-minute recap of the key points in a book.
Yes.
So like one of the things that I feel like we're being like intentional about is getting certain kind of information into us.
Right.
And I think that the other side is that I think a lot of people, they're letting whatever information that is out there in the world get into their mind, as opposed to being selective about the information that they put into their mind.
Absolutely. I think too, it's important for us to talk about. You can't be consistent with everything.
Okay.
And I think a lot of men struggle with that. They may see us be consistent on working out or consistent on finances or being with our wife, business-wise.
Right.
And they think that we're consistent on everything.
Yeah.
And that's just...
You're not perfect.
You're not perfect.
Right.
Yeah, that's just not reality.
No.
But some people may look at that through Facebook posts and social media and things like that, and they think that this expectation that they actually have to meet, and that's false.
Right.
You just have a certain goal that you want to be consistent at, and we fall short in other things
Sometimes.
and that's fine. We're okay with that.
Yeah.
But we have a certain goal that we want to hit, and we just try to go after it.
This is the thing that's interesting, though. I think that when you start setting standards for yourself, it looks different from people who don't have standards. So it's not like we're saying, like, so if you take me, I'm not perfect, man.
Right.
But there are certain things that I don't do there's certain things that I just do that I try to be like. I'm very much like saying like I have to do that. Like I remember when I was young. I remember I got my first. We were talking about student loans before. Mm-hmm. When I got my first bill, I was like, I'm not paying this. I'm not paying this, yo. Right. And I was like serious. And for like a few months, I didn't pay it. And then I got my letter where they were like, yo, we're gonna start garnishing your paycheck. And I was like, garnishing my paycheck? And I was like, I'm not having nobody garnish my paycheck because I wanted to be responsible. Right. I just was like thinking I could just get away with not paying it. Mm-hmm. And so that means like for the last 20 years, and this is the bad thing about student loans, I've been paying it. I've been paying. Right. I pay my bills. And but the thing is that as a man, I take that very seriously. Yeah. All of my bills, I'm paying them on time. And so you talk about your credit report number, right? Right. It's a high number because if you consistently do something like pay your bills, sure. That's the outcome. Right. Because there's a price to not being consistent. There's a price for not being consistent. There's a price. If you don't pay your student loans, right? Right. There's still interest occurring. Of course. Over time. If you don't work out on a consistent basis, there's some cholesterol numbers, there's some blood pressure numbers, there's some kidney things that can happen if you don't be consistent in these spaces. So there's a cost to not being consistent as well. That is correct. So yeah, I think, we started off talking about consistency. I think it's a very important thing. Tonight's topic, though, this is something I've been thinking about for the last few weeks, is the importance of being comfortable being yourself. Yes. I wanted that to sit for a second. The importance of being comfortable being yourself. Any thoughts about that topic? That's outside.
City baby. Yeah. I think I feel comfortable being with myself. Like I like to travel by myself.
No, not by yourself.
With myself.
Being yourself.
Like being who I am.
Who you are. Alonzo Lee Beckett.
See, I love the person who I am because I have a vision of who I want to be.
Yeah.
And things I want to do. So I kind of, every day, it's a little chip away at being that person. Right. I'm doing the same thing I've always been doing, getting better and better every day. Mm-hmm. And over time, it adds up to be the person that, I think I had a post back in the day. I'm becoming the person who I wanted. I'm becoming the man who I used to look for, like when I was younger. Like I'm the guy that if I was younger, could walk up to and say, "Hey, can I have some help? Can I do this?" And I would help that person.
Right.
That's who
you want to be.
Right. So
let me ask you this: has there ever been a time in your life when you found yourself looking up to somebody else, looking up to, like, saying maybe you want to be like this guy?
Yeah.
Maybe you want to be like that guy. Mm-hmm. What is that like? And I can speak about it as well, but has there ever been a time when you look at these guys and they've been put up on a pedestal in whatever they're doing, and it makes it seem as though that's the guy that he made it, that he's doing great, that he's somebody to look up to? My whole thing is like I used to do that. Like there's some celebrities that I'll be like, that's my guy. Mm. I would like to have a car like that. I'd like to have a house like that. But lately, I've been realizing that, for me, this is for me. I've been realizing like sometimes it's like smoke and mirrors. Mm-hmm. I feel like they're showing you something, but they don't have like what I recognize is that some of the people that I looked up to don't have the character that I need. Like they have all the stuff. Yeah. They got the stuff. Yeah. But the character, like I'm at a point in my life where if you don't have a certain character, right. I can't really deal with you. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I have to be clear on, for me, I don't care if you got all the riches in the world.
Right. Stuff don't fill a void.
It don't fill a void. You have to have character. Mm-hmm. And so I want to be clear with as the man that I'm trying to be is a man of character. Mm-hmm. Is a man of morals. Right. Of a man that has certain standards that he's gonna have no matter if I became rich tomorrow. I wouldn't change my character. Right. And I feel like, so when I'm talking about the importance of being comfortable being yourself, I'm really talking about character. Right. I'm talking about that part of it. And so like, what are you thinking about that?
you know how I feel about that, as you stated, like, is there somebody that you ever like looked up to in that? I just try to think really hard on that. I never had somebody that I've looked up to in terms of that stint that kind of like maybe possibly let me down.
Right.
But it wasn't them, it was the sort of the material things that they had. So I may have seen somebody, you know, in Hartford, like, they got a car, like they got the rims,
right?
They got the nice car, the new car, whatever like that, and it's like, dang, I wanna have that car.
Yeah.
Like, I never mind the person, like I wanna have that car because it seems like a great feeling that comes from having that car.
Yes.
And you know, with me being able to obtain like a nice car, right? I realized that didn't make me happy.
Yeah.
It didn't.
Wow.
It was just like, and I noticed that I had the sort of the discipline to be able to gain access to these things. But once I got it, it was just like, you know, it means nothing. It means nothing to me. And you know what happens is I don't value those things.
Right.
So I didn't spend so much time and money. Like if somebody had, I don't wear Jordans and stuff like that.
Right.
So you have saved up so much money to buy something. I don't care about it.
Yeah.
So I'm just like getting it dirty.
Right.
The rims. I may hit
just
the curb or
yeah,
whatever.
Yeah.
No, you hit your rims. Like I don't care about none of that stuff.
Right.
So I had to realize, you know what, I actually really don't care about that stuff. So I have to change what I value, and it's more of the character and my goals.
Yes. So you just threw another word out there, value, right? So like, I think that this is like, for me, I'm really kind of like, I want to be a man of value.
Yeah.
I don't want to have necessarily things of value.
Right.
I want the value is
high value man. No, that's
what is that?
That's your boy.
Don't start.
You want to be a high value man? Okay.
I don't know. What does that mean?
Hey, don't do that.
That's what he sounds like when he's doing it.
No, but I'm talking about a man, like a value. I add value to our friendship. I add value to the community. I add value to my family. I don't know if I'm a high value man. I just know
in the definition of that, you are as well.
You are
as well. Okay.
Yeah.
This is another talk show there.
Yeah, that's another.
He's talking about high value men.
Right.
And high value men, you know, make a certain amount of money. They educated. They do all this, and then the women want
that kind of guy,
and they get a couple kids.
Yeah. But see, the thing is that I think that even with that, these are all like things that I feel like I had to learn throughout my life, right? So like there might have been a time in my life where I would have wanted somebody to see me as a high value man, and they want to get with me. But in this point in my life, I've been married 20 years.
Right.
I don't want nobody to look at me. I don't want none of that kind of problems.
Right.
Like I don't want that kind of issue, because I just want to be able to keep my head down and me and my wife be happy. If she could stay happy with me, because I'm thinking about like, okay, over the next 20 years, you know, can I keep my health together?
Right.
You don't want to be a burden, right? If
you
don't keep your health together, now I'm walking around with a cane. And so it's like, to me, like the value comes back to, it's like different.
It's different.
You know, like I was saying, I'm going to sell my house. Before, I was like, I got to get the biggest house I could possibly get.
Right.
Now I'm like, I got to get
the
most comfortable house I can get. The cheapest house I can get.
What did he say? Will Smith said, they asked him a question. They were saying like what happens when you get everything?
Right.
You get everything you want. You go everywhere you want to go.
Right.
You do everything you want to do. Like, then what?
Right. Then you're stuck with you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. So like most people that whatever that tax bracket, they're not good with them. So they buy things.
They buy things. They even try to buy things for people and for their kids.
Yeah.
Like they don't actually have like a value relationship with their children or with their spouse, but they have the material things, and they're just not happy.
Right.
They're not happy at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it's like, how do we kind of like get that message out there sooner though, so that people don't have to go through all the stuff they go through, trying to fit in, trying to feel value. Like, I think the other part is that we talk about value. What happens when you have a man, and this is specific for men right now.
Mm-hmm.
What happens when you have a man when he has all these like gaps in his life? Like, so he doesn't have things that give him that. So he might have the money, but he doesn't have the moral structure.
Right.
He doesn't have he didn't have a good example of manhood. So he's kind of like down the road based off of what he might see on TV or what his friends are doing and all that kind of stuff. And so how do we get men to kind of like understand the true things that are going to make you a man are not necessarily, I don't know if money is the thing. I don't know if, I mean, I think money is important, but I don't know if it's the thing that makes you a man. No. You know?
I think a lot of times there's an issue with, as you said, like the holes that somebody may have.
Right.
A lot of times there's almost like an ignorance or a delusion that they actually don't know that they have holes.
Right. Ignorance is bliss.
Ignorance is bliss. So they're walking around and they're acting as if they're actually full, but on people are looking that are whole and that are really valuable, they're looking like, wow, that's a lot of holes, and they're telling you it's not. So I think being around the proper men of sort of that stature. Yeah. Also, I always go back to therapy. A lot of times it's hard for our guys. I think it's getting a little bit better, but black men, it's been hard for them to actually get to therapy because there's been like a stigma. But I think therapy can actually bring some of those things out, and that one-on-one session is a lot easier to be able to accept that, you know what, I do have some holes that I need to start filling.
I think that's a great point. I mean, they should definitely go to therapy. Maybe you start off with the Manhood Tree group.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes like therapy is deep.
Yeah,
the group,
and you got to be ready. You got to be ready to do your therapy, right? But group, man, you come in group. You can talk today or not talk. Right? You can do the check-in or not do the check-in.
Yeah,
and so it's a easier. So you know, and I'm gonna be starting up some groups pretty soon.
Good.
And so anybody that's listening and that wants to get into a group, you can put your information in the chat or whatever. And
it's
you
virtual.
Yeah.
Is it virtual?
No, I'm gonna do the next one in person. I just wrapped up a virtual one. I thought it was good, but it's much better when we're in the room together.
Yeah.
You know,
I think also too, we have to be open.
Yeah.
I see a lot of guys that like, you know, they'll reach out, but a lot of guys are not open to even opening that relationship, to be in a group, to actually like build that brotherhood, that bond.
Yes.
They're really like closed. It's the no new friends type of stigma. Like, I don't want no new friends, but that new friend could be like an olive branch that could be able to help you.
It's a game changer.
It's a game changer.
Yo, but you know what else it is though? It's being hard. It's like we were taught growing up that you can't show no emotion. You can't show weakness.
Right.
You can so like some people can't let that go.
Right.
And so they're stuck with it.
A perfect example of our community, our culture, whatever, is the J. Cole thing, right?
I heard about that.
Beefing. And the dude realized, like, man, you know what? Chose all his fans, like, in the concert that he's sorry. He apologized to him, like, it wasn't even in me to do that. I just did that because people in the internet were saying all this, but that's not me.
Right.
I apologize to that man. I love that man.
Yeah.
And people
said he was a sucker.
Yes.
Yeah.
So even though he's 39.
Right.
So he wants to be a man and be like, yo, that's my boy. I ain't doing this, man. That's not really what it's. We want to build each other up. That man's a great artist. Yeah. People are like, oh man, he done killed hip hop. Like, so that's a society we live in. Like, we're taught to be like.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a good point, because then you got both sides of it, right? Where in the world there's going to be people who are going to say that you're a sucker.
Yeah.
But then there are going to be people that's of value that's just be like, bro, if that's how you feel.
That's how it is.
Who cares what nobody else thinks?
So this is, I don't know if this is in here, but this is one of the other things that I've been thinking about. So like I just said, we're brought up that you got to be tough. You got to be you can't let nobody make you look like a punk, right? Okay. So then there's a phase of life I think people get to, or they try to make you get to. They say like, yo, nah, man. If you keep acting hard all the time and you just, you know what we're going to do? We're going to put you in jail. This is people in jail. These are people that refuse to not be hard. They're so hard that they committed crimes to other people. They took stuff from other people, right? And so the system says we're going to put you in jail, right? Now, I do my group. I got a group in jail. These dudes 25 years to life. After you've been in jail for a certain amount of time, you start thinking, you start saying like, yo, I don't want to be hard all the time.
Right.
I want to learn. I want to get my education. I'm trying to learn stuff. These are the things I missed out on.
Yeah.
Right? So now these guys calm down. Now they've been in jail for 20 years.
Yeah.
So they have time to do that. Okay. But the thing is that out here in the community, there's some people, they dodge jail.
Yeah.
So they still walking around hard.
Right.
Starting problems, causing issues, right? Then you have all the people that, you know, we trying to be better. We do. So we're over here saying like, yo, man, I'm just trying to go to work. I'm trying to provide for my family. I'm trying to help out my community. And I feel like there's a large group of people who are like that.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Now this is where it gets interesting. The higher up you go, we're up high to that group of people. But the higher up you go, it goes back to being thugs. They go back to being thugs in suits. Like all the things, when you think about war, like a war that's happening in the world, those are people in suits.
Those are some of the worst.
Those are the worst. And so it's like, when you're the president of the United States, to me, that guy is just a thug in a suit. He's like saying like, I'm making my decision on who am I supporting, who am I putting the money behind. So it sounds like they talk all nice, but people be dying behind the decisions they make.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing. So if you take it back down the ladder, it's the same thing that's happening around the way. Somebody's making a decision, people die.
Sometimes you get in that position and you realize that you actually really don't have power.
Right.
You're actually really not.
There might be somebody else making the decisions.
There's somebody else making the decisions.
And so I just feel like we have to constantly, as men, like evaluate and reevaluate. You know, where are we? And where are we trying to go? Who are we trying to be? You know, who are the people that are influencing us? Like you just talked about music. I think that there's times, you know, like when we're not even thinking about what we're letting into our minds. If you really listen to the music, when you really listen, pay attention to what you're watching on television, I feel like those things are having an influence on us.
Big influence.
Right.
Yeah. I think that's part of the reason why you say, how do we change the groups in therapy? If you change what they listen to and consume on a daily basis,
right,
I guarantee you that just that alone will probably change what they're thinking about.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? So if you listen to positive stuff about telling you that you're going to grow in abundance and everything is coming to you, don't worry. You just listen to that all the time instead of drinking and smoking and seeing a girl with all the stuff that's. If you listen to the music, that's all it's saying. And I'm like, yeah.
And then you hear that, and you look at it like 80% of the music is geared towards that. But if you have a group of people that's all they're doing is drinking and popping type of drugs and stuff like that, what are they going to produce?
Nothing.
That's what they're going to produce.
Oh, that's the people. Yeah.
It's negative.
Right.
That's the vibe that it's going to be.
Yeah. And so the question I have is like, you just talked about the men that are kind of like teetering. So what advice would you have to somebody? Maybe somebody's listening to our podcast right now, and they're saying like, "Yo, I hear these guys, but I'm in a situation where I live, the way I was brought up. I don't know if I can make a change in the way that I act, the way that I live, the way that I talk, the way that I dress, all of those things. What advice would you give to somebody that wants to kind of like they're tired of that way of living? They want to try something different.
Right. I have a lot of men that reach out to me just to speak one-on-one. And a lot of times, shout out to my wife. I didn't even notice it. I was telling Malik this the other day. A lot of times she would recommend like her cousins and men in her family and people that she's around are like, hey, just call my husband. Like if you're looking for somebody that values themselves and their time and their body and stuff, call him. Just call him and talk to him. What I see is a lot of our guys are smart enough that they know that a change needs to be made, but they don't actually believe that they can actually make the change.
Right.
And I've been there. And it takes time, but you just got to start with one thing, with reaching out. It could be eating a little bit better. It could be going to the gym. But just start with one thing, and you'll see things start to elevate and things start to move. But it comes back to they really don't believe. You got to understand that it's foreign. We've been in this space for a long time. This is like speaking a different language to them. They're like, that's what these guys do. Like they're different.
We're not not the same type of guys.
They're gifted.
Right.
They always been doing this.
Right.
Like, they're gifted. That's how they feel.
Right. And they don't know we used to be 30. We used to be 20.
Yeah. They don't know I was locked up.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And so it's like, I think that's the thing is that, so it's like, you make a great point because we all go through something different.
Yeah.
And we recognize that your environment, the people that you're around, your experience, some of these things are out of your control.
Right.
Like you can't even control them.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like at some point it has to get you. If you want to make that switch, if you want to have something different, you got to make that first couple of steps.
You got to make the step.
You got to do something.
You got to make the step.
I think you gotta. It goes back. It sounds crazy, but if you just read, because you read other people's stories, you find out like you really don't have it as bad, right, as they did, and they made it through all these things.
Yeah.
So we're talking before, like reading is like a real superpower. Like you could be like, it's like you could be, if it was a Marvel, you could be a Marvel character because it's going to give you the things that you know is going to affirm things that you know, things that you're doing. You're going to find people in those stories that no one's ever told you about.
Right.
The great thing about reading is that you can find something that people refuse to tell you about or talk to you about, and you can go do it. You can find out all of about it yourself.
Absolutely.
And then you can find someone in reading that, because before we were watching Marvel and the little boy likes Spider-Man. Before that, they were reading books, and that was their favorite character in this book.
Right.
So the imagination was like I would say. It's almost like do everything the opposite. Most of your friends don't like to read. You should probably read.
Yeah.
Right? Most of them listen to that crazy. You can listen to it, but some start differently.
Right.
Listen to some positive stuff. Find some guys listen to positive music. Do the affirmations in the morning to yourself. You don't got to tell nobody you do it.
Yeah.
Right. And the most important part is that it's all for you.
Right.
Like all this is for you. It's not for your girl, your son. And then the great part about it is all for you. But once you get to the point where it feels great, like then you can help other people, meaning like you're available, you have energy, now you're more to everybody else, you're happy, you're all these things because you invested in yourself,
right?
And it kind of projects on everybody else.
Absolutely.
So just want to be you listen to my man, every animal tries to be the best animal they could possibly be, except the human.
Right.
Every bird just trying to be the best bird ever. Like a human's not. It's always trying to be something else.
Right. Well, you're talking about self-esteem right now.
Yeah, like self-love, self-esteem.
Right.
Yeah.
Because it's like, so if I have low self-esteem, if I've been beaten down my whole life, I've been told that I'm ugly. I've been told that I'm stupid. I've been told that I can't do anything. My environment all around me is trash.
Yep.
Everybody around me is doing so it's hard sometimes to pull myself out of that.
Very hard.
If imagine like somebody like me, I'm fortunate. My parents always speak life. I tell them a crazy idea, they be like, well, go ahead and give it a try, right? But imagine when you tell somebody something, they tell you, come on, man, that's the dumbest thing I ever heard.
Right. Their whole life.
Their whole life.
The whole life they've been told that.
That's the dumbest thing I ever heard, my boy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, what are you thinking about? You about to go to college?
Right. Yeah.
You don't even play ball, right? It's like we put ourselves in these little boxes where it's like all of a sudden it's like when you say and so one of the tricks is like you just said, you can't even tell anybody, right? When you're about to make that first move, you gotta like just do it by yourself in the darkness.
And do it for yourself.
Do it for yourself 100%.
Do it for yourself. Like you can even listen to this and say, you know what? I'm about to start writing my own affirmations and say,
yes.
You go and talk to other people that actually are not in sort of that frequency. They're gonna be like, you bugging.
Yes.
Right.
You bugging like you tripping. Nah, you gotta do it for yourself.
Yeah.
And you gotta be open. Your thing may not be affirmations.
Right.
Maybe it's meditation. It might not be meditation. Maybe it's going to the gym.
Right.
Like maybe it's going to get massages. Maybe whatever the case is, like you got to be able to
try it. You should also try it.
Try it.
Try all of it.
Yeah.
Like everything you just said, I've tried it because I heard that it was gonna do something for me.
Right.
I tried it. I was talking to somebody the other day, and he was saying, you know what opened me up? And so I'm gonna suggest this to the people right now. He said the first thing that opened me up to change my life, I saw the movie The Secret. And to be honest, when I saw the movie The Secret, it opened me up too. It was like, the law of attraction.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I think that start with just watching a movie. You don't even got to read the book.
Go read the book. Yeah.
Go get the documentary. Learn about the law of attraction. Right. Learn that everything that you're getting, you're attracting it to you right now.
Right. The greatest thing about creativity and like manifesting things is that it never comes. It's never whatever you're doing. It's never that thing.
Right.
But it comes from you continue to work hard at what you love to do, creativity, creatively, and then manifesting it. It happens. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's never the thing that you want, but it's always something that happens because it's the energy and the vibes, the vibration you're bringing around. What you're saying, you're putting into the air the thoughts because for example, like I edit all the time. Every day I go, even if I don't have anything to do, I'm in there just doing something, and something always comes.
Right. Yeah.
Something always comes. And it's because of that. Because I just
it's like this is another little gem. We all know about this one. Mm-hmm. This is an easy one. The 10,000 hours, right? I can remember you when you used to be at the track house, right? And you were just you didn't have that many gigs, no, but you were editing. Mm-hmm. You were doing something, and so if you take all the time that you put in just editing. You had your 10,000 hours probably by the time I saw you at the track house, you probably already had your 10,000 hours. You just didn't have the opportunity yet. Mm-hmm. And so it's like people don't realize they think the opportunity is going to come first. Right. It's like you got to put in the work first. Yeah. Like we be doing all these shows. They think that I'm doing the shows because maybe they think I'm a diva. They just I like being in front of the camera. They don't realize I'm putting in my 10,000 hours. Every time I'm doing like an interview, I'm talking, that prepares me to be able to do what I like to do. Mm-hmm. So when you put me in front of a room of people, I could just go. Right. And I don't even have to think. At this point in my game, I know I've done 10,000. I know I'm at probably like 20,000. Right. Just off of fun stuff and work.
And get around people that's going to help you get to those 10,000 hours. Like before I met Abdul and Malik, I wasn't on no public speaking and stuff like that. But I did have a goal, and I knew when I took a public speaking class in college when I was getting my degree, and I knew how much of that helped me in terms of my goals at work, in terms of business, being able to articulate certain things. Right. No.
You know what I'm saying? Because you could have easily, when I called you, you could have been like, I'm good. Because people do that all the time. Yeah. I call people and be like,
what is the reason why you're saying, I'm good? Because you're fair? That's fair?
Not me. I'm going to say yes.
No, I'm saying that's
the person. Usually, I'm assuming they're scared.
Usually they're saying like, you know what? Nah, I don't want to do it because it's a fair thing. Yeah. Hey, let's get up and go to the gym. Nah, I'm like, nah, I'm not with it or whatever like that. Yep. But you got to be open. Another reason why you got to be open too is to new people and new surroundings, because a lot of times people open up to the wrong person.
That's right.
Yeah. And the wrong
stains them forever.
And you know who a lot of times be the wrong people? Who? It be your own family.
Oh yeah.
That's the ones that we usually open up to. And some of my greatest people that I have around me is not my family.
That's true.
That's not my family. Yeah. So you have to, and if you're not open to being around other people, you're not going to be able to build those relationships.
But we are taught that too.
We are.
We are taught to stay with your family, even though they're screwing you. Right. And it's sometimes literally screwing you.
That's right. Blood thicker than water.
Blood is thicker than water.
Yeah, it's
crazy. And so if you don't, but it all, even with family, it goes back to, well, are they meeting the standard? Yeah. Do they have the character that we're looking for? At first, it's because you go with family because that's all you know.
That's all you know, yeah.
But when you know better, when you start knowing better, you start being able to say like, I'm not dealing with this dude. No. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm not dealing with this person because I want more. There's got to be something else that I could be able to get out of this life, and I might speak to them. Right. I might go to Thanksgiving dinner with them. Right. But when I'm trying to edify and I'm trying to build myself up, I need to be around people that are, like you said, I know that when I get with y'all tonight, the frequency in the room is gonna be good. And I know there's like 10 other dudes just like you that we could that we're all cool with. Right. And even if we brought a new person in, I was talking about how on one episode of the show, people came to the show. He thought he was about to drink and all. Right.
But he never opened it.
He never. The frequency in the room was so high that he fell right, and everything he said out of his mouth was perfect. He was like a gem.
He was good. He was high.
Course, right.
The frequency was high. He was good.
Yeah. And so it's like people, they need the opportunity to be around other good men that continue to push them up. Yes. So that's the difference between what we talked about at the beginning. When we think about the celebrities and all that, we're looking up to them and we're coveting what they have.
Right.
And the difference between, I look at you guys all the time. Right. And one of the things that I think is important is that I always check the feeling that I have when I see y'all doing, like me, you and Malik, y'all buying houses. Yeah. So the feeling is like, yo, look at these guys.
Right.
I want to make sure that the feeling for you guys when y'all doing something always stays in the positive side.
Absolutely.
Because I'm gonna suggest that maybe somebody watch you guys and they were like, look at these dudes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They're buying houses now.
Yeah.
You know,
when I always see y'all do stuff, I always think of how can I help them.
Yeah.
Right.
That's how I think.
I'll be like, how can I help?
How can I help?
I'll be like, yo, how can I help? And then if I have an idea, I'll boom. If I don't, I just wait till they hit me. But that's how I think of.
And I'll be like, teach me. Like if I see somebody that's actually doing something that I want to do or want to strive for, I'm like, yo, I'm text like, let me get your number. Like, look,
this is the time for that.
Let me just be around you guys flipping a house. Let me just be around you guys. Like, let me just
how
see
you
what's
do
going
it.
on.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so for anybody listening, or you share this later, I want to be emphatically clear. Every guest that we brought on this show is somebody in our community that you could reach out to. None of us are guys that you can't come in and have a meeting with us and talk to us. Learn, if I have any information, I'm gonna share it. If Demetrius has it, he'll share it. If Zoe has information, he'll share it. And I'm gonna say that's true for anybody else that's been on the show as well, because that's the whole point of what we're like. It's not on our agenda tonight, but I would like to talk about the importance of brotherhood. I would like to talk about that.
Yeah.
The importance of it's just the same thing as what we men thought women had for all this time, right? Women just be hanging around each other. They go to the bathroom together. They do all these things. That's their sisterhood.
Right.
Like, men don't really have the equivalent to that.
Right.
Where they the sisterhood, they talking the range of emotions.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Men, that brotherhood, that emotion part don't really go into whatever we have, which is not a brother. It's like, it's my boy, but we don't really talk.
Right.
Brotherhood, where you can talk about all types of things.
Yeah.
You talk about the death of family members, how you felt, but all types. So, but we need those, just like women need those. You need someone to lay off your emotions to people. Someone of the same sex that could kind of tell you, advise you, that you trust and love.
Right. Right.
I think it's also I believe like a health crisis.
Ooh, speak on it.
There's been studies that shown that men back in the 60s, 50s, that they had way more close brotherhood relationships with people outside of their family.
Right.
Back then. It also shows that if a woman lost her husband, they tend to keep themselves up. They tend to still live a lively life because of their social aspects with their sisters, with friends and stuff like that.
Right.
But when men lose their wives,
they're
done. And they talked about it because men actually don't have those circles of support, of other brotherhood, of other men to actually be able to go to. So I think it's like a health crisis. We need brotherhood to be able to live.
So I agree with that as well. I feel like I said, there's something about when you are with, what I like about a brotherhood is when you have like multi-generational. Mm-hmm. So like you have the younger guys and you have the older guys, and we're all able to take something and learn something from each other. Like I wish Matt was with us tonight, because I always over the last 5 years we've just been watching Matt become Matt.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like he keeps every time you think he gets to a level, there's another level that he can get to. Yep. And so it's kind of like it's an amazing thing. And to me, even though he's 25 years younger than me, I consider him still like a brother. He's somebody that I'm looking for his like growth and success, looking as he goes through these different phases of life, like, you know, it's like he still has to go, he still has to buy a house, right. He still has to get married, he still has to have a kid, and it's like, as an older brother who's done all those things, I'm at the end of those games, you know, like some, you know, all of them actually, I'm at the end. It's like, maybe I might have a little, maybe one day he might ask for some advice. Right. You know, I mean, I don't know if he asked me, but, you know, to ask somebody for some advice. And I think that's a cool thing to be able to have those type of brotherhoods, because I think we need that. And I think you said something about health. It's like also, when you don't have people to talk to about your issues, your problems, your concerns, that's why you have high blood pressure. Yeah. That's why you have diabetes. The stress. Stress. It's all building up. And also it causes you to eat the wrong things. Yes. Right? Food, so instead of talking, you eating.
Or you reach out to drugs.
Yeah. Instead of talking. And so think of how much easier it would be to go, hey man, I'm feeling a little low today. Right. Or whatever it is that you and the thing is that you don't want to have, like, it's one thing to feel low today. Right. But it's like when you're feeling low today, tomorrow, Thursday, Friday, now you got a problem.
Yeah. I do find it like a joy in me, right? In terms of being like the CEO of my life. Yeah. And I think we have to do a better job of like teaching other men to be like the CEO of their own lives. And part of being a CEO of your own life is picking the right people to be around. That's right. Picking the right brotherhoods to actually be around. And that will help you be able to grow. So it's an important task, and it's something that should be taught a lot more as well.
So for all the listeners, I want to suggest that by the end of this month, I want you to reach out to somebody that you have been noticing in your community. Somebody you've been noticing in your community that, I don't know if you're noticing them because of something they're doing, that, you know, or the way that their style is, whatever. And I want you to have a conversation with that person. Not just giving them a compliment, not just send them an email. I want you to reach out to them and actually have a conversation with them. Maybe you can ask them if you could take them out to lunch. Right. This month.
That's what I would do.
Yeah, take them out to lunch, right? Yeah. Because, and so you take them out to lunch and you have a conversation. Who knows what happens after that conversation? Right. Yeah. But I think that, you know, maybe you have a question for them. Maybe there's something you see about them in business or something. Whatever it is, if there's somebody you've been kind of like, they keep popping up on your timeline, whatever it is, by the end of the month, reach out to them and see how that goes. Maybe you could be the beginning of a new brotherhood. That's some good advice.
Definitely reach out to me. I'm open. Reach out to me. Hit me up.
I'm suggesting you reach out to somebody you might be looking at too.
Yeah. Oh, I do it all the time. I do it all the time.
Just in case, because there's always somebody, you know, like somebody like I didn't know you from Adam. Yeah. Right. But I just started seeing you on the internet. Yeah. Right. I reach out to you. You're a good brother. You one of the best brothers. Now, I know Zoe has to go to the Yard Goats game, so we're gonna wrap this thing up. Are you still working out every day?
I am still working.
What day you on? What day you on?
I'm on 90.
Golly!
Oh, golly!
Stop.
On the 156 day challenge.
I didn't even get out, didn't
I? That's it. We're good.
I'm on day like 25.
I think I do an average of like maybe 20 days a month.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's
today is 100 days in a year.
Yeah? Yeah. So you're on 90 something out of 100. So you took off a couple days.
Yeah.
Oh, so I should be 20, 40.
All right. You're a human.
I'm in my. I should be in my 50s then. I'm still all right.
You're doing good.
20, 40, you're good, man.
Yo, listen. Anybody who you could start today. And you can still get your 156 days in before the year. The challenge is 156 days for the year. Yeah. So I'm not even.
Can you explain the challenge to the people?
Yeah. So the challenge is a 156-day challenge. On average, you got to work out 3 days a week to get to do it. But if you work out more, some weeks you work out more, you could work out less other weeks. Right. But ultimately, we're just trying to get men to work out at least 3 days a week. And you know, they say average. And check this out. When I say work out, I'm not even saying that you need to go to the gym. Right. if you go for a walk. If you walk 5 miles, they say that walking 5 miles a day, any way you get the 5 miles in, is the best exercise for cardiovascular health.
Right.
That's straight from the doctors. So, go for a walk. You know, if the weather's about to switch over. So that means on any given day, you could get out there and go for a good walk.
Get your steps in.
And that'll help you out cardiovascularly. But go to the gym for 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
A quick 30-minute workout. Yo, do 100 push-ups. 100 push-up counts, right? We're giving points for that.
Oh yeah, that counts.
Yo, so all I'm saying to you guys, join the 156-day challenge. We're still getting that in. I wrote down men's health is community health. I guess I wanted to just say that. Men's health is community health. It's a very important concept. So going with the 156-day challenge, the more our men in our community are healthy,
right.
I bet you if all the men in our community were healthy, and I'm not just talking about physically,
right.
I'm talking about physically healthy, mentally healthy. If all the men were healthy, I bet you the rest of the community would fall in line.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. All of our problems would stop that day.
Yeah.
The day that all men get healthy. So think about how powerful that is. Because if every man on a block just decided, I'm going to be healthy. I'm gonna work out 3 days a week. I'm gonna eat right. I'm gonna do something for my mental health. Right. I don't know what that is, but I'm gonna do something. That block would change. And so what we got to start doing is think about how, as men, we're more powerful than just ourselves.
Right.
Being a man is something that can actually impact the community. You're just you making a decision. So when men make a decision not to care about the community, not to care about their health,
right.
we get to see that too. So that's a sidebar. All right, what is some manhood-ish you did this week? Demetrius, manhood-ish you did in the last 7 days.
Last Monday, my daughter, she got 5 teeth taken out. Yeah,
Sheesh.
5.
The back ones?
Yeah.
That's early.
Yeah.
She 18 yet?
No, she's not. But she had 5 teeth taken out.
Oh.
And I had told her, I said,
in one sitting?
Yeah, one sitting.
That's tough.
I told her I had 2 taken out. I told my doctor, I said, listen, you won't ever see me again to take out any teeth. You won't never see me again. Right. I ended up getting a dry socket and everything. They had to cut my gums. It was crazy.
That's painful.
So she was like, I took off the day of work. She was under the anesthesia stuff or whatever like that, and just helping walking her to the car. I basically took care of her through the time that she, in a couple of days that she was out.
Love it.
And then for her to say, she was like, "Dad, you took really good care of me, like throughout getting my teeth taken out and stuff like that."
Yeah.
It was a beautiful thing. I felt really, really good about that. So
high level manhood.
Yeah, to me, that's my manhood.
Yeah. What you guys do?
You
had all week to think about this.
I did.
Come on.
Since last Tuesday?
Yeah.
Last Tuesday. Oh, what have we done?
What have you done? Come on, Joe.
Yeah, I paid those bills.
You paid some bills?
Paid some manly bills.
Why not?
To keep Peter from robbing Paul. Is that how that goes?
Yeah.
But I don't know.
That's good.
Let's pay some bills.
We'll take that.
Let's pay some bills.
Hey. Paying bills is a manly thing.
Oh, yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Not when you do it for, hey, that little stairs.
Right.
All right, my manhood is, I have a thing with cleaning. And so I just get it in, man. I'm just, I don't know if it's manhood, but I just feel like a clean house makes me feel like, you know what I'd be looking for though? I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if my wife is listening to this podcast.
What, messing up?
No.
Clean side?
No. When I clean the house, I'm the type of person where I love when somebody comes in the house and says, "Oh snap, you clean the house."
Right. Yeah.
I don't get that.
No, me neither. That's why I don't. That's why. Because I'll do a bunch of stuff. My wife thinks
what
that she can't. She gets dressed. It's like a tornado. Every time she gets dressed, she has to go somewhere. And I clean it all up. She comes back and lays down like, I'm thinking you don't know that the way you left it, I cleaned it. You did, yes.
Yeah.
So like she doesn't really.
all you want is an acknowledgement.
Yeah. She's like, I didn't do anything. Yo, yes, you did.
That's your love language.
That's my love language.
That's your love language.
I just want somebody to be like, yo,
come on, ladies.
Good job, Ab. Yo, Ab. I can smell the fabuloso in the house right now. You did it.
Yeah.
You know, I don't get none of that. I feel you.
Shout out to my wife. She
gives you that.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah. They all need to talk. She don't. She always reminds me of stuff. Like, you do this all the time. I don't say nothing new. I just pick it up.
Right.
You will leave it there again. I'm like, yeah.
I'm all about the pats on the back. If I do anything,
men need that.
I need it.
Need that.
I'm like, washing the dishes. I wash one dish and I'll be like,
look around.
Anything? Nothing. Okay. All right, we're gonna.
Yeah, I'm coming, Rob.
A little brotherly advice. What you got, Zoe?
Hey, change what you listen to and consume on a daily basis. Try to infuse some stuff for yourself, some positivity, some things or even consume some content on YouTube.
Yes.
So the YouTube University. Consume some content that you would like to know about. You know, if you don't learn how to make a website, I don't know. Find somebody that has a workshop or something on there and just try to learn. Try to learn something different for yourself. All about self-love, self-preservation.
Little brotherly advice.
Your job can be your first investor. Stop playing at your job.
Ooh.
Stop playing.
Ooh.
Stop playing games. Stop
playing at your job, yo. I like that one.
Yeah.
Yo, I feel like that's like you need to go a little deeper in that. Cats are fooling around at work though.
They fooling around at work.
Yo,
they don't understand. They don't, man. Stop playing. Stop playing at work, man. Your job can be your first investor to your dreams.
I'm doubling down with this one.
Yeah.
Yo, my brother advice is, stop playing at work, yo. Stop playing at my people. If you work at my people,
stop playing.
No, but listen.
Trying to invest in
but not just an investment. Yo, this is the springboard to your next job.
But yeah,
you don't gotta work here forever.
No, the skills.
That's how I did it.
Yo, to you be able to do your own career, right?
Yep.
Yo,
that helped me.
Right. But don't just use your job. Be able to add something to it.
Add something
to it, and then be able to springboard from it. So when you leave, you can always come back. The door is always open.
There were so many things that I learned at my last job that I just took in, that I was able to just build value, that I didn't actually get a raise for or whatever. Yeah. But when I got the next job, it was like, you know this?
You need to do a
TED
talk.
You know how to do that?
You need to do a TED Talk. No, but I think a lot of people be like, they treat their jobs like it's like, yo, I'm not gonna give them 100% of myself.
They playing.
And it's like, yo, this is the thing. This is the brotherly advice for real though. Everything you're doing is a representation of you.
Yes.
I don't care if it's work, if you go mow the lawn, if you go take your daughter to school. It's you're representing the man that you are.
You're not fooling nobody.
You're not fooling nobody.
Yeah. Right.
And so you got to, but I don't think people think enough about how they represent themselves.
No. Yeah.
It's like, you're like I'm like a meticulous person in the sense like I won't walk out the house in a certain way just because I know that I represent the whole Muhammad family every time I walk out the door. And so people they're not thinking about themselves in a high fashion. And so
just enough.
Just remember that you represent your whole tribe, everybody. They're all of them. Everybody with your name, you represent them. And either when people say your name, they either smile or they be like, oh, all right, they move along.
Yeah. And when they're picking your team, like when you at work,
when they picking the team,
they're like, are you like the first draft pick? Are you the second draft pick? Are you like Mr. or Mrs. Irrelevant? Like,
Don't be afraid of a little bit of hard work, man.
Stop playing.
Stop playing, man. That's the
he's right though.
That's the takeaway today.
That's almost like a test. It's like a test without telling you the test. I'm going to give you money, right? If you have a career you want to do, let's say you want to do a T-shirt line,
right?
I'm going to give you this. Well, I'm not going to tell you this, but I'm going to give you this job. I'm going to pay you every 2 weeks, and then you can take out some money and go buy your shirts, and then you can go sell them. You know what I'm saying? Like you could do that without. You should be able to do that without me telling you that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what the job is for you to fund maybe your it's not your career now, but maybe it's going to be in the future. But it helps to fund that. But they don't think this money is for that.
But you're looking for money, but the money is there.
It's there.
But you playing at work,
fooling around, sleep,
because people
coming in late,
not showing up,
calling out. You trying to get a vacation day. You ain't got no vacation days yet. You got to earn vacation days.
People that work at McDonald's and do things with that. People come from different countries. They all work at McDonald's and live in a house together and end up buying the block.
Right. When I go to Chick-fil-A and they say, my pleasure, every time I'll be like, yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It is your pleasure.
Right. It is.
You know what I'm saying? Good job. Hey. This has been the Manhood Podcast.
That was good.
We out of here.
That was good.
We out of here. I'm going to do my closing out. Oh!
Stop playing.